We've had an opportunity in previous episodes to talk about how public speaking helps us to build social networks. But today we want to look at it from a slightly different perspective. As usual, executive speech skills coach John Senaya is with me. And welcome.
Thank you.
And let's look today at how public speaking helps to build professional networks. First of all, do you agree? Does it help build professional networks?
Oh yes, certainly it does. Certainly it does, because again, any opportunity for a professional this time, to show off his skills and to prove to his peers that he is indeed an authority, in the area that's on the focus. Yeah, would endear him to the professionals, other professionals, and yes, he's likely to get a call up.
Okay. Would you say that speaking in that kind of atmosphere or within that circle of influence, would you say that such a professional could actually become like a thought leader?
Any opportunity for you as a professional to speak and address other professionals is a huge one.
Yes.
It's a huge chance for you to be able to display, your expertise or whatever it is. So that opportunity, to showcase, your expertise is what leads you to, growing your ring of professionals. It's very important that in your speech or your presentation, you infuse elements of invitation, elements that will help collaboration, and all of that. So, like I said earlier, you need to leave the door ajar, that will get the audience, this time the professional audience, your peers, to come along and move the relationship further.
All right, there's a new way of building a theater, and your experts are all there. There is a hall with maybe 1,000 architects, but you were the person that was chosen to address the other 999, okay?
Yes.
So what is it that you are going to do or say, or how are you going to say it in such a way that you justify the fact that it is not that 999 that are on stage, it's you?
You're talking about presence, ownership, establishing your pedigree. Yes? And that's important in so many ways, in your courage, in your language, in your delivery. Those are the key things. When you step up, your presence has to surpass the average member of the audience's
999.
So all of these things you do deliberately, to place yourself a cut
above the
rest. Yes. So those things are very key. You know the profile, you have the profile of your audience. You know what they would normally look like. You know how they would usually speak. You know the things that they would normally talk about. So why don't be different? You try and be different. You try and present it with a lot of assertion and authority.
Charisma.
Yes, all of those things. All of those things will set you apart. But remember that you already have the advantage of being the one
that was chosen. Yes.
So that on its own gives you a good head start.
So let's try and keep that head start.
Yes.
Okay? You have been chosen. You are the one that is talking. But you also know that you probably have some sort of responsibility to bring people together, to get others to share their own opinions as well. Because their professional opinions matter. No matter how much of a star you are, you do not have all the answers. What could you do to encourage them, to make them feel that they are part of you just as you are part of them?
You make yourself vulnerable. So you see, it's like one has the answers
they
down.
Are there.
It's just the application
Yes.
of those answers to the questions.
Yes.
If you make yourself vulnerable, for those who don't know, right, you immediately put yourself on the same level, at the same level, the same plate with the audience. And if they agree that, we're on the same page, they'll be ready to support you with their own ideas, and a lot more other things that you would require from them as you go along in your presentation. So you let them know that, yes, I was the one picked out of 1,000 architects.
But any of you could have done it.
Any of you could have done. So that brings them in.
Yes.
It makes the partnership starts.
Right.
From that point.
From that point on.
Yes. And so you will always get their collaboration. You get their, and then the other things we talked about when we were looking at persuasive skills, if you remember, will come to play as well. Open-mindedness, honesty, all of that, friendliness, so that you can get their buy-in.
Buy-in.
Yes.
JS, I think it's quite clear. There are some similarities between building social networks as well as professional networks.
Great.
But I think perhaps the main difference would be the mindset and the approach. Am I right?
Absolutely. I could give you a medal for that.
Oh, thank you very much. I don't mind a medal.